Hello, my name is Brian Lopez, and I'd like to show you my CS 499 senior project. Allow me to show my desktop, and I have gone to my web address through a DigitalOcean server, and the name of my website is called Welcome to Because We Cares. It is written in Python and Jinja 2 Flask. So first thing I'd like to show you is my SQL database. Right here I have two tables, users and items, and they are both empty. So I pulled up the requirement specification, and I just kind of like to go through them one by one. The first specification is user shall be able to create a new group session account. I was unable to meet this specification. I was working on it. I think I just ran out of time. New users shall have option to be added to existing group session. I wasn't able to create any group sessions at all, so I wasn't unable to fulfill the first two requirements. So existing users shall be able to log into an account. So why don't we go ahead and get started, and I will show you that. So if we were to go to login and I were to try to type something in, it's going to say, hey, invalid credentials, try again. That's because there's no account yet. So we go to sign up and we type in, create some credentials. I ask for the repeat password because some people mistype the password, so unless it's double checked. I'm just going to hit register just so you can see. So select this checkbox. It's kind of like a terms and conditions type of thing. So here we go to register. It takes us here. And if we were to go back and look in our MySQL database, there's our user. And here's a hashed password. So some simple security measures. So existing users should be logged into an account. So let's go ahead and let's log in. Almost forgot the password there. So we log in, and here's our landing page. I put a little Flask flash, and it says you're now logged in. So we have logged into an account. And users should be able to make a list. So let's populate a list. Let's go add an item. Let's say television. This thing right here, I was searching for a way to add items to another users list. I ran out of time, wasn't able to. You can see there's a little bit of JavaScript in here. Right now, I'm the only user in the database, but if I were to type in my first letters, it would pull up all the users, with that letter and so on and so forth. Say if I were to type in BO, there's no BO, but there's a BR. Anyways, that was my way of trying to add to it. But for now, it's just added to a solo user. We click add, and there's an item added to the list. So users are able to make a list. We did. Users shall add to a list of items. We did. So number 6, users list shall populate automatically upon sign in. Well, let's go down here first. You should be able to log off. So we log out. Little flash says, hey, you need to log in. So let's go back, log in. We logged in. You're now logged in. There's our list. It populated. So we logged off and we logged in. Or the list populated automatically upon sign in. User list shall populate the most recently added on top. So we added television. Let's add another item. Let's say, see, I want to add something that's not in alphabetical order. How about a watch? That's not in alphabetical order. We add a watch. Okay, there's a watch. So usually lists will populate from the most recently added on top. It's not in alphabetical order, so it just shows you that watch was the most recent on top. Okay. I want to log out one time. Just to show you, log back in. User should be able to mark an item in the list as completed. So let's log in. Go to login. So let's go ahead and watch, mark as completed. It, deletes the item. And now we have just television. So I was able to meet these 3 out of the 9. The success account was created. Was able to do that, but it wasn't a group account. Users should be able to join existing users. That I was unable to do. I was able to log into previously created account. A list shall be created by a user if it doesn't already exist. You saw me create a list that wasn't there. I was able to add an item to an existing list. When you logged in, the list was there. The completed item, it was deleted from the database. The new list generates items next to to-do. That was there too. To-do. And the user log off and no longer in the session. Okay. The additional features I was not able to do. I did attempt, like I said, to add items to another user session. I was unable to add any code for like PayPal or something. I tried to do a forum. I could not get one going. So none of those were a success. So this is the database, and I did, okay, the technologies. So the technologies I used were Python's Flask and Jinja 2 templating. I did a little bit of my own JavaScript and a little bit of my own CSS, just very, very little. Most of my JavaScript and CSS was done in Bootstrap. Amazing technology. I wish I would have found this 2 years ago when I first tried to do a web design page. I used MySQL for the first time. I feel like SQL is pretty much all the same. There's just a few syntactual differences. I used PuTTY for the first time in WinSCP. The reason they were the first time for me is because I never used Windows. I had always used a Mac, which has the CyberDuck and the terminal. But I found myself using PuTTY and WinSCP. Not a big deal, but it was new to me. It was the first time I'd done DigitalOcean, and I linked it together with GoDaddy. For my version control, I used Git and GitHub. To me, it's well, it's what I know, what I've learned to send it to. So I will put the links in the Dropbox, and I will also put links inside of the comment area. So you don't have to open the file to look at the links and what's said. I will put everything, just copy and paste it in the comment area. So I hope you enjoyed my website. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was very challenging, but I really enjoyed it. Thank you.